Hi, this is Sandy Hinderleiter, and with me today is Elizabeth Barbour, and she is a life and business coach. And so, hi, Elizabeth. Glad you joined
Hey,
me.
Sandy.
And so, Elizabeth, we all know coach, what that means. And you and I both know that when we got in the industry, everybody thought it was a sport, right? What
Right.
sport were we coaching?
What sport, right?
Yeah. And I had to say, look at me. Do I look like I coach a sport? I mean, come on, seriously.
Like there's not an athletic bone in my body.
Yeah, no, not at all. Although I tried, it didn't work very well. But life and business coach. So really just kind of tell me where you focus and what that means.
Sure. Well, as a life and business coach, I'll be celebrating 20 years in business actually in August, which is so exciting. I specialize in working with women entrepreneurs and women professionals in helping them to either grow their businesses or find work-life balance. And I think one thing that makes me a little bit different than some other coaches out there is I have an intuitive blend into the more practical strategy approach. So that's it.
Yeah. So what made you decide to get into coaching?
I actually went to a workshop called How to Find the Work You Love and Make a Living Doing It. And at the time I was a university admissions director. And I already had my master's degree and I was like, okay, which doctorate am I going to pursue? And it was taught by a life coach back in 2000 when people said, what sport? Like, we didn't know what coaching was, right?
Yeah.
Right, we didn't know it as a profession. And within a week, I had hired her. Within a month, I was in a coach training program. And within another month, I had my first paying client. So, and that was in 2000. So,
yeah. So yeah, that was a pretty fast evolution.
It was. Well, and I really thought I wanted to stay in academia, but what I realized is that coaching gave me the umbrella to do a lot of different things that I loved. And I did not start out as a business coach at all. I started out actually coaching college students or high school students through the college admissions process because that was my background. And then what happened over time is all these business owners started hiring me, and I said, why? What do you want from me? And they said, well, you're clearly successful in business. You're doing something right. We want you to teach us. And so that's how my brand really evolved. That was about 2 years into coaching. And then I realized, oh, that's my sweet spot.
Yeah. That's fantastic. So you said women entrepreneurs. So that's kind of your ideal client. So expand on that just a little bit more. Like, is there a specific niche or is it just women who are entrepreneurs?
It really is kind of all over the board, although I'll say probably the majority of my clients have some element of, well, I can't even say the majority. Maybe not. Let me say this. The themes that I do see with my clients is that they care about work-life balance. They are very interested and curious about spirituality. And they want to make the world a better place. So whether they're doing that because they're an architect or a CPA or a massage therapist or an acupuncturist, I do tend to attract a lot of holistic health healers. But that certainly isn't my only, my only niche. So.
Yeah. Okay. So how do your clients benefit from working with you?
Well, the one I just graduated today, she just finished getting her law degree at age 46.
Wow. Yay. That's great.
Which is so exciting. And so
now,
not that she benefited, like I didn't help her get her law degree. She's up in North Carolina at Carolina. But the reason she hired me was to help her get clear on her career goals after graduating law school and, navigating sort of a transition in her family life. And she was really worried about her self-care because, she's a mom, she's married, she was in law school, working full time, and she'd really neglected her health. And so after just even 3 or 4 months of working together, she's like a completely different person. So I think to answer your question, I think the benefit is that people really get to define their goals and commit to them, and then they have accountability in achieving them. And then I get to be their cheerleader along the way, but also kick them in the butt when they really need it. And some clients need that more than others.
Yeah.
And some respond to that better than others. I mean, you know that, right?
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. 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 Sometimes it's not, the kick in the butt sometimes has to be very subtle.
Yes.
It can't be a literal kick in the butt. It has to be very subtle that says, okay, come on, let's move along here.
That's exactly it. And we all respond differently, right? So,
oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's one of the things that I love about coaching is it's not a one size fits all thing, right? It's, you have to approach every person individually, and really kind of learn what they respond to,
Yes.
or respond positively to, right? We all respond. It's how do we help people respond positively, or in a proactive manner. So
Yes, that's so true.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So the exciting news is,
my very first Kindle book is out and actually launches on Tuesday, May 5th. And it is very exciting. It's called Smart Self-Care for Busy Women. And it's all about finding more me time. And just about every woman that I work with is always saying, I need more me time. I need more time for myself. I need more time where my kids aren't following me into the bathroom, or I need more time where, my partner or my parents or, my neighbors aren't needing something from me. I think women are pulled in so many different directions.
absolutely.
And so the book, it's on Kindle, it's 99 cents. It really just helps give you some very simple but specific strategies for how can you give yourself that nurturing, how can you commit to giving yourself that time. And it's really largely about learning how to give yourself permission to do it. Like, we all know we need to do it, but so often as women we feel guilty, like, oh well, the family needs me, or so and so, or this needs to be done, or I have this work deadline to be met. But it's like, if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of everybody else around you?
Right.
So,
Right. Absolutely. Well, congratulations. That's so cool. So, yeah, you're a coach and you work with business women and self-care and all of those things, but what are you known for?
well, especially in recent years, I've been really introducing some of my work as a shamanic practitioner into my coaching work. And so I think what I'm known for is a blend of, sort of traditional coaching and business strategies, but also with that spiritual and intuitive perspective, that help you get really clear about why you're here and what you're supposed to be doing, and to help you move forward with that. And I've had such great examples of that actually with two new clients in the past few weeks. And it's like, we do the shamanic work, the journey work, and then we marry it with some practical coaching and next steps. And then it's like, boom, they just take off. And it's really exciting.
Yeah, anytime you can help people move faster, where they feel like they're really making progress, that's so absolutely rewarding.
Well, it is. And I think that's why people hire coaches, and it's why they hire personal trainers. It's why they hire nutritionists. It's like, we all know what we're supposed to be doing, right? With whether it's growing a business or taking care of our health or whatever. But if we don't have that built-in accountability and have someone to sort of guide us along the way, it can take a really long time.
Absolutely.
But you get a partner to help you, and the growth is just exponential, and it happens so much faster.
Yeah. Yeah. Just because, there's so much information that's available to us that it's how do we narrow it down and focus and make all of that information, how do we make the important information work for us? And I think that's really where a coach does come in handy, because the coach can kind of go through, kind of help you sift through and sort and move out what you just don't need. Right.
Yeah.
And you can kind of put that aside and go, okay, I don't have to worry about all of that stuff. I just have to worry about this little piece right here.
Yes. Well, and I also think a coach can really, and I know you and I have had some good conversations about this, but coaches can really call you on your stuff and say, like, is that true? Or is that a story that you just made up for yourself? And how's that really working for you? And what if we can let go of that? What if we can change that story? What if we can rewrite that story?
Yeah.
So I think that call out is so important. And that's why it's so good to have friends and colleagues who are coaches, right? Because we call each other on our stuff. It's like, oh wait, did you really mean that? How can you do that differently?
Yeah, exactly. So how can people get a hold of you?
Best way is through my website, elizabethbarbour.com. I also am very active on Facebook, and I have a new Facebook group that has been really rocking for the last, well, I guess since the quarantine and coronavirus. I think people are looking for a positive place to hang out on the internet. So it's called Celebrating Connections. So if you go to Facebook and groups, it's Celebrating Connections. But yeah, I would love to, serve and support and help in any way that I can. People can sign up for my newsletter, and I've got a free PDF on my website. It's called 7 Daily Rituals for Self-Care, Sanity, and Success. So that's always a gift I give to people just to kind of get to know me. And then of course the Kindle book, Smart Self-Care for Busy Women, on Amazon.
Yay, I know. Yay, that's so exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, Elizabeth, thank you. It was great to talk to you today. And I look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thanks for all you're doing, Sandy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.